Okay, how you doing, YouTube? Okay, I am. I thought I'd mention I managed to get my new camera today, which has been pretty good. The camera itself, better zoom than my original one. It's got a few extra features like the actual screen can flip out, LCD screen, also. A bit more redesign. It's got a few, design perks and everything else. Basically, it's the same. I mean, it's in the same model bracket. It's HS50 EXR. If you're going to buy a bridge camera, which this is pretty much a bridge camera, go for something with the FIJIFILM EXRs. The EXRs are a spectacular camera and they feel really good too. Not just the factor of weight, but also in design. Also feels really like an SLR. It just feels like an absolute dream to play with and generally take photos with a combination of. So I cannot complain about its design. It's designed quite well. It feels a good weight too. Strong. Now I'm selling this one for, which is my original one, for 150. The only downside that I found with this initially was just the fact that this has a rechargeable battery. Rechargeable battery pack goes in here. This, on the other hand, takes AA batteries. But still, for the fact that it takes AA batteries, it's a damn good camera. It takes damn good photos. And does some damn good videos too as well. This is 16 megapixel, so is this one. The difference is that this one's got a few more features that I wanted in it. I could have gone for 24 megapixels on it, but I'd have to actually go to a digital SLR, I believe, to get that higher megapixel range. But to be honest, the fact that these both 16 megapixel, this 16 megapixel does a great job, feels good as well, They both do a great job in comparison to both to each other. This is photos, snapping, speed of processing of the photos and how fast you can take photos. Zoom on this is 30. This one I'm selling is 30. Zoom on this is, of course, 40. Much more substantial for zoom stuff, especially when you want to get those really, really good nature shots, or if you want to get a particular shot with the macro level. Now, this as a camera, beautiful. Works great. Haven't had any issues so far. Tested all the features when I first got it this morning. A basic test, took a few photos, basically just things. This, on the other hand, as I said, this doesn't have a flip out LCD screen. Downsides to this, and only downsides. This battery, in fact, takes AA's. But I mean, even then, you can use. For this camera, I used to use rechargeables. I used to use rechargeable AA batteries, and it works fine with a rechargeable AA battery. It's just going to charge it pretty regularly. As long as you got, I've been using basic AA rechargeables, and it lasts reasonably long. It takes good photos. Maybe not so much for video, but it takes some good photos. Depends. If you get some of the good, higher quality rechargeable battery stuff, you might find that this would give you a little more time. But generally speaking, it's pretty good. I haven't had any issues with it. I'm selling it with a 2 gigabyte SD card. Basically, just to be able to take photos and stuff and things like that. Things of that nature. This camera in general, it's pretty happy to work with anyway. But I mean, it's not a bad camera. It's a good camera. It's got HDMI, USB. It's only got a. I have to find the cable, but there's actually a cable that goes on the outside of it, which plugs into it, and you can run AV, or you can run video out on it, like normal video out on a TV. But to be honest, I think we just mainly use the HDMI cable. I'll be able to even throw a mini HDMI cable. I can find one somewhere. Yeah, as I said, basically, this is an excellent camera. I haven't had any issues with it. It works very nicely, takes great photos. I've never had any issues. I just wanted to sort of upgrade to be more, that's a few downsides for that. But to be honest, it feels like a professional photographer's camera. Good weight to it. These cameras, generally, the ERXs, the ERX in general is a good camera. It feels good, doesn't feel like crap. This, obviously my one's got the strap and everything else as well. Also plus side of it, this is what I got the there we go. There's a it sits basically. It's got this. It's almost like a little artistic ring around type thing, which I like. Which is actually quite nice as an extra thing that you got in the box. Generally the feeling of using this camera takes good photos. I haven't had any major issues with the photos. The screen can flip around and go onto the back of it as well. That's a plus side. As you can see, you can flip the screen out. Also flip the screen out to the side like that. So you'll be able to take self-portraits and self-shots and self-videos. You can also flip around the screen to put it in connected. What else? I mean, this looks got a hell of a lot of features, and also manual settings as well. I mean, pretty much the same sort of settings as this one. There would have been almost the same, I think, almost close to the same. Yeah, it's only the same settings anyway. That's pretty much, yeah. Look, I can't fault these two cameras. They take great photos. They are spectacular at taking photos. I don't know, I've tested the video a little bit on this, but I'm going to test a little bit of the video more and actually do a video of me. Some interview/combo videos and stuff. See how I go with those. But yes, they are an excellent camera. They're not a bad camera. And to be honest, if you're going for something that's close to an SLR, I would rather go with a bridge camera, to be truthful. The bridge cameras seem to be, they sit very well. I don't know, they sit very well with me because they're not a crappy camera by any means. And they feel like they've actually, well, put it this way, they feel good. They don't feel like they're crappy cameras regardless. It's sort of an in-between camera combination. So I'm using this today, which is my JVC. So it's got the same zoom type as this. Not exactly the same, the lens is obviously different, but this is a JVC camcorder. I may end up upgrading this at some point in the future, but this is mainly for family stuff, so I'm not majorly concerned if it's not upgraded straight away. It's more of just using this for niece and nephew, and my sister's new dog and everything else, and just to get a bit of footage there. Battery life is not too bad with that most of the time. Maybe with new batteries and stuff, and the batteries that last year fairly long. What else? Oh, well, I mean, originally I got this off eBay, which wasn't too bad a price. And this one was, I got a 4 GB memory card with it, which wasn't too bad. I actually got a bigger memory card with that, but I'm swapping it out to use it in this one, which is the one I'm in this one currently, which was the last one I had there. And also 32 GB memory card, as you can see. Right out 32 GB memory card, just more substantial shots, not just shots, but video as well. 4 GB memory card. This one comes with a 2 GB memory card. I'm also selling, as well, I'm selling this. This is my original camcorder that I used to have before I bought the JVC. This one is 1080p. It takes still shots in combination. It's 1080p. It takes full HD camera stuff. It's only got a 12 times optical zoom, whereas my JVC has a 40 times optical zoom. This is just a microphone put on the side too. This is designed for YouTube in combination. It's designed for a lot of things, but look, it's not a bad camera. I'm selling that for $150 as well. basic camera. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of advanced features. It's got a few features here. It's got a touch screen you can use. Here. It feels good. It doesn't feel crappy. I'm including a 2 gigabyte memory card with that as well. So it's 2 gigabyte memory card with that. That's got a rechargeable battery, that one. And it's also, which I'm thinking in the future I may get something with the remote, but I didn't enjoy having a remote at the time. This one also has a remote. It has a remote to be able to zoom in, press play function, record, all that type of stuff. You can just sit there and you can just sit back and press the buttons basically from a distance. Now, a little carry pouch, charger, and so 2 gigabyte memory card. The actual camera itself takes beautiful photos, takes a combination of beautiful photos, a combination of beautiful stuff. I mean, haven't been majorly bad. Does quite a good job. Now, there's that one, and there's this one, but both of them goes for 150 each. Now, this one's some modems and routers and stuff as well. On and off, but I mean, those have been the major things that I'm selling at the moment. But as I said, if you're going to go, like with my other one, if you're going to go with batteries, go with rechargeables. It saves you money in the long run. Rechargeable batteries are your friend. Either the Energizer or Duracell. I have got some cheaper ones I'm using, but basically, yeah, just go with your rechargeable batteries because they're the easiest to work with at the time, and they're the easiest just to get things down basically. And, but it just makes things easier as a general rule to charge stuff and do stuff. Anyway, that camera I may end up upgrading at a later date. I don't know, but for the moment, to be honest, this camera works pretty well, and it takes good video. It's light. It feels very light. That other camera is a little bit heavier, but this is fairly light. Good size for family outings and things like that. We're just being able to whip around and things of that nature. So I mean, to be honest, these JVCs are not too bad, but I may get another JVC depending on if I can find a model with a remote. I don't know. But anyway, in review, finally this camera here, which is the main camera that I got today. Excellent stuff. I'm just going to flick it. So I also got a manual focus switch. We'll be able to switch between focuses and stuff. So we'll just flip it out. It's got HDMI. It's also got an external mic port as well on this one. External mic port on the side, which is it's one of the smaller. It's the smaller jack. It's not the bigger jack. So you can probably even use it. I could probably even use my Xbox headset to put my voice through if I chose to. But the stereo microphones on this are okay anyway. They're nothing wrong with them. Microphones on this are quite good. What else? As I mentioned, generally speaking, this camera spectacular. So anyway, that's been my review of this particular camera and a couple of other cameras and the other cameras I'm selling as well. They're excellent cameras, trust me. They're not bad. As I said, I mean, these cameras themselves, the FIJIFILM FinePix HS series or the ERX, are fucking excellent cameras. These, I mean, if you're looking out for cameras, go for definitely these type of model numbers because they are excellent. They are most excellent. So anyway, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed my little review slash sales bit sort of thing, a combination of. But yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, YouTube. Stay tuned. I'm doing my bits and pieces of my camera reviews and stuff. So anyway, stay tuned, and I'm just gonna chill for the moment, just relax. So thank you very much. Okay, catch you later.